Hi fans, thank you for coming through again, much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. If you're not and you come back to watch another video, honestly, thank you very much, I really do appreciate it. Alright, let's get into it. Jeff Horn versus Bradley Skeete, rumoured to be happening possibly for November. Remember Jeff Horn, who shocked the world, as they say, against Manny Pacquiao. You know, I want to go back to that fight, because I have to apologise to all Jeff Horn fans, because I think I immediately got sucked up into the, oh, Manny Pacquiao got robbed, what's going on, they're trying to kick Manny Pacquiao out of boxing, this is wrong. And I think I even got a bit sucked into the hype of Teddy Atlas when he's reporting or commentating on a fight. He really gets passionate about it, and he was so passionate that Manny Pacquiao lost. Obviously ringside, I think he was very embarrassing the way he interviewed Jeff Horn after a tough fight and said, I thought you lost, and people said, oh, I love your honesty, Teddy Atlas, but I kind of felt it was a bit rude. I watched that fight 2 or 3 times, maybe highlights 4 or 5 times. You could argue Jeff Horn won that fight. You could argue Jeff Horn won that fight. And if you could argue Jeff Horn won that fight, then it definitely wasn't the robbery of the century like some people were saying. I think Manny Pacquiao just looked old and he got caught a couple of times. Yes, he had that round where, I think it was round 9, where it looked like it was going to get Jeff Horn out of there. Apart from that, Jeff Horn was very competitive. He won a few rounds. You could argue Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao, which is crazy. I never, before that fight, I kid you not, one of those weeks, people. Before that fight, I never heard of Jeff Horn in my life. And I wouldn't consider myself a Spencer Fearon in terms of box knowledge, but I think I know my boxing. Never heard of Jeff Horn, so that does go down as one of the upsets of the century. It's one of the biggest upsets of the last 17 years. I think it's fair to say. Alright, so he was supposed to fight Manny Pacquiao in the rematch. Manny Pacquiao, who obviously is now a Philippine Senate or congressman, I don't know what he is actually, said he can't do the fight because he's obviously got more important things to do. Fair enough. Jeff Horn isn't the biggest fight in the world, rematch or no rematch. That he can do the fight again, but it will be later on in the year, and that fight would be in the Philippines. That's what he's saying. I think if Jeff Horn wants to fight, he's got to probably do the fight in the Philippines. So if you're Jeff Horn's promoter, you want a big money fight after. He's called out Mayweather. Remember, he done that granddad stick thing. So look, Conor McGregor, you come in the ring. So he literally is asking for all the big names because he literally wants as much money as possible. Because really and truly, he isn't that good. He isn't. He really isn't. Oh, come on, if you put him against Spence, Furman, Paul, all the usual names, he does kind of get smashed to pieces very quickly. I think. Could be wrong. So what I think he's trying to do is almost get someone within the top 10 that you think you can beat, and then ideally you go to the Philippines and get the big money rematch against Manny Pacquiao, and probably, I wouldn't say cash out, but you get as much money as possible, right? You don't want to lose the belt fighting someone like a Jesse Vargas, who would probably beat him. You don't want to lose the belt that way, because you lose the belt, there isn't much money in that fight, and who's Jeff Horn once again. So you want to try and get someone in the ring that's in the top 10 so you don't get criticised too much. Someone you think you can beat, and then get the rematch. So they've obviously, whispers are they're going to choose Bradley Skeete for that. That ain't someone you can beat easily. Bradley Skeete is a very good boxer. People might say, shut the fuck up. He is a very good boxer. I've watched Bradley Skeete fight live 4 or 5 times. I've seen him a few times at Bethnal Green, York Hall. I was even at the XL Arena for his fight against Frankie Gavin, even though that was a loss. And I think he's performed well, above what I thought how good he was every single time. Every single time. Even the Frankie Gavin fight was a step up. And he performed admirably. And you could argue he won that fight. It was that close. Razor thin, he won that fight. But the fight that I thought was fantastic, and the fight that I loved, the performance I think that put him on the map for me, was Sam Egan's fight. I thought he boxed as good as I see any boxer fighting away from home for years. And I say away from home because it wasn't exactly like he was fighting in America, but it was fighting away from home in the sense that he's from London, Egerton's from up north, and he went up north to have that fight. And I kind of felt like he was boxing. It was boxing beautiful. He used every asset that he has. He used his jab, used his foot movement. He almost embarrassed Egerton, who looked so flat-footed at the time. And then for someone that can't punch, he had a bit of pop on his punches as well. It was fantastic. And I've been an advocate for Bradley Skeete to get a chance. I've been like, what is holding him back? And everyone's like kind of tweeted me saying, look, he wants to win the British outright. And I'm like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. He's got the British title now. it's time to move on and chuck him in with the Wolves. And it is the Wolves at 147. But we have, if he does get this fight, which is the big if right now, it's a big if, he has a fantastic chance to become world champion. A legitimate world champion. None of this regular, intercontinental, silver crap. Legitimate world champion. Because I think he can beat Jeff Horn. I really do. I think look, Jeff Horn comes on strong. I think Jeff Horn fights every single round. I just think Bradley Skeete's the better boxer. Bradley Skeete is a boxer, a pure boxer. Yes, he can be boring at times. I've watched a few of his fights and I thought, not the greatest. Particularly that Dale Evans performance. But when he wants to turn it on, when the going gets tough, Bradley Skeete gets tough and the going gets going. He's that good. And I expect him to be able to beat Jeff Horn, have a couple of more fights, and then crash this, like this top 147 division. I hold him in that high regards. I almost feel like he's been held back fighting these British level opposition when I think he's clearly way above that. And I feel like him fighting someone that is fringe, very fringe world level will show how good he is. And I think Jeff Horn is a perfect opportunity for him. I was thinking that Bradley Skeete needs to take someone in and around the top 15. And I think that's exactly where Jeff Horn sits. And I think Bradley Skeete sits there right with him. So I think it's a great opportunity. I think Bradley Skeete does beat him if they do fight. It will be tough. Fighting for a world title should be tough. Jeff Horn is obviously, he's high off the Manny Pacquiao win. Why wouldn't you? You beat Manny Pacquiao, who I still considered the best welterweight in the world at the time before the loss. So you've beaten probably the best welterweight in the world right now. Why wouldn't you go on a high? But sometimes styles make fights, and I feel like Bradley Skeete has the composure, has the height, the reach advantage, and I think has the better boxing ability to be able to do a number on him. But that's just me. Maybe I'm being biased because he's from London, my town. I don't know. But let me know what you think, guys. Peace.